Hello everybody and welcome back to Drumard Farm in Ireland. So episode 3, it's amazing how fast the time is moving. Now what we need to do today is, well, first of all we need to actually ted this field here and the field just over there. But we're not going to bale today because, well, many people have actually said already that I do too much baling, which is actually true. I do a fair amount of baling, so today we're going to not do baling, we're just going to prepare for it in a future video. Also, near the sheep apparently there is a very good area for keeping our bales, I've been told, so let me just go and find the sheep. Where are the sheep? They're somewhere over here. Somewhere. So yes, this thing is also pretty big, it needs to be stored somewhere, so we need to think of a good place for it, but first things first, let's just go over to the sheep field. So this is the sheep pasture just here, and I'm told that it is very close to here. My initial guess would be this field here. Well, you can't really call it a field, it's more like just an expanse of land, which could possibly be the best place to store the bales. Obviously bales which can be stored outside, like silage bales for example. So yeah, this is a good place. I'm assuming this is where the person who told me about it was referring to. If I find the comment, I'll put it on the screen now. If I don't find it, then I apologise for losing your message. Anyway, yes, there is another field just down here somewhere, one which we own, field 33. Today we're going to plant that field because it is cultivated currently, which means it is not very productive because it's not doing anything. We need to try and get it growing as soon as possible. It is just over here. It's very small, so whichever seeder we have, whether it's a small one or a big one, it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, it is tiny, but it's still good for something. Right, so just heading back over to the main yard here. We've got the livestock trailer which needs to be detached, so let me just remove it. I've put it as close to those bales as possible so there is still space to get past in front of it. Now we need to get the tedder, which I know where it is. It's actually behind us. Luckily I remembered this from a few days ago. Unless it's being stolen. Oh, there it is, good. So I think this DEUTZ-FAHR is going to be the best one to use. Many people have said, can you get Matthew Ferguson, because they're really common in Ireland, so yes we will do at some point in the future. Not straight away because obviously we're making do with what we've got. But there we go, it's the tedder. It should definitely be big enough. I should probably pick it up too. Yeah, we don't want to just drag it down the road. So yeah, I think we pretty much know exactly what we're going to be doing today. If we do have enough slurry, which I doubt, then obviously we'll slurry the field first when we're about to plant. But I think really for this field, as we have a lack of supply, we are going to have to just plant it and then spread it with artificial fertiliser. Just this once. Seems like the logical thing to do. Oh yeah, I had a comment saying make sure that you're actually trying to work in your own field with that grass field. Can you remember 2 days ago in the previous episode I think it's field number 9 and the fertiliser spreader wasn't really working. Basically it wasn't fertilising the ground despite us spreading it. Someone just said make sure you know it's yours. I'm pretty sure it is. It actually says field 9 over it, so I mean I'm only assuming, but yeah, I think it's working okay. Most people said you have to either plough it first or cut it first for the fertiliser to actually work. So I'll know for next time. So yeah, these two fields need to be done. Let's get these over and done with. And we'll try and locate our seeder, if we have one. I'm not too sure if we have one. My guess is we do, but I did go through a phase of selling stuff before we started the Let's Play, just because I didn't want to start off with too much, because obviously we already have, well we did have £2 million. We can just about ted 3 swaths of grass. It's right on the limit of 3. We probably should just do 2, otherwise we're going to be missing bits. Which I don't want to do because I think if you miss bits and we're in the process of baling, it isn't actually going to pick up that grass because it's going to just treat it as just, you know, cut grass instead of hay. So let's try and get everything we can do. This is going to be very fast. Shouldn't take too long to do this at all. Okay, so we have pretty much finished. So just in response to those of you who didn't like me baling too much, really, it isn't to annoy you or to be boring or anything. The reason behind it is because, well, on Sandy Bay we were doing it anyway, and I didn't really plan that we were going to be doing it straight away on Drumard Farm as well. The reason why we are is because obviously we need to have a pile of food ready for the livestock when they need it. We can't go sailing through every single episode, sort of waiting for the animals to run out of feed and then decide, oh wait, they need feed, but let's quickly go and make some. We need to have the food ready. So once this is done, we won't be doing any more baling for a while. The straw can come from the combine harvester. The silage can come from a maize harvest, and also the hay is coming from here. So this is actually the only baling for the foreseeable future, likely until at least episode 10, which is going to be a few weeks. So yeah, once this baling is done, we're done with the baling for the time being. Just for those of you who didn't like it. Some of you may love it, but the baling will be next time. I think it is good that you start off with quite a lot of equipment. Obviously you don't want to start off with too much, but the amount that we get is generous. Obviously we're doing it a different way because we're carrying on from a different series. But if you're starting this map from scratch, yeah, you can get off with pretty much everything you need. I think you get 2 tractors, including a Fendt, and many implements. Most of them small, but you don't really need that big equipment anyway. As you'll know, we don't have very big tractors. In fact, the biggest one I think is the New Holland at 175 horsepower. So, we don't need anything too big. Again, for you people saying don't keep that Fendt, you know, the Fendt with the tipper on the front, but we are going to keep it. Apologies to those of you who hate it, but it's something I want to try out. It looks good, and obviously the modder has put in some effort to it, so we have to at least try and appreciate it, even if you don't like it. I do like it though, I genuinely do. I think it is nice because of how unique it is. I think it is a real thing though, it isn't just made up from scratch. I think we're going to plant oilseed rape in the field which we're about to do, field number, what is it, 33. Obviously I don't know if that is a crop which is done a great deal in this part of Ireland. Obviously I don't know because I've never visited this part of Ireland. In fact, I've never visited Ireland at all, and also obviously I don't live there. So yeah, for anyone who does, I would love to know exactly what crops you do grow, because although I try and be as realistic as possible, it isn't always easy. Primarily because I've never visited this place before. But yes, any information would be greatly appreciated, because I do want to be realistic. Obviously sometimes I just can't be because I don't know any better. So yeah, that's the only reason why. Now, we are very close to completion. Oh yes, also please do let me know what you want me to do with regards to forestry. Shall we do chipping or shall we do logging? We're going to be doing it very soon, so yeah, please do post your opinions below. But this is the end of this field, and in fact the end of the tedding for today. So we're going to put this tractor away. We're then going to get the New Holland tractor. It does have the mowers attached, and I did say that we probably will be using the mowers again before anything else, but it just turns out that it's going to be the perfect tractor for today. Also, we're going to have to check and see if we actually have a seeder. Hopefully we do, but I'm not too sure. And I reckon this is going to be the best farm to keep all of the grass equipment at, and then the other farm is going to be the best one to keep things like ploughs and cultivators and of course seeders at as well. And I should think the animal trailer just here, despite there being more animals here, I think it would be best to keep it over there. There's just more space. So was it in the workshop? I think it might have been. We'll put it over here. Put it right at the back. Don't tip it over. Good. And we'll leave that there. So here it is. We will probably take off the front mower here actually. There we go. And the rear mower The rear mower is actually going to try and unfold if we were to lower it, so what I could do, as unrealistic as it is just to drop it off, because then you can keep it where it is. But it's just one of those things you can't really avoid. I'll demonstrate it just to prove. If I press V to lower, there you go, it tries to unfold, so very quickly came back at that to fold it up again. So what we're going to have to do is just take the PT off and, oh great, it is trying to lower it. That's because we've got this other mod installed. Okay. In that case, we're going to have to put it somewhere else. Probably out here. Where can it go? In the undergrowth. Yes, this will do. It is annoying that. That is one of the disadvantages of it. But manual attach overall is pretty good. Okay, so, autosave. Let's just see. Oh no. Never press reverse if you're going to open the store. I do it every time. Yes, so sewing machines. We have not got one of these. In fact, I don't... Oh, no, we've got this one here. We have the Vardestad Rapid. Wow, that's a big seeder. Lucky we have this tractor, as it requires 180 horsepower, so we should be okay, even though we're 5 horsepower down. But where is it? That is a bit of a problem. Where is it located? Oh, it's over there. That's good. It's at the top farm, so let's head over there. We'll get it attached to the back. Ah, this is a good opportunity to take the trailer. It is a bit in the way. It takes up a great deal of space. No point going up there empty. The only thing is, we have to get this thing out of here. So, as with every time I try and do this, I'm going to probably do most of this off screen, unless it goes exceedingly well and I can just get it into this field to turn around. No. I'll see you in a second. What I'm going to attempt to do is do a loop through the silage pit, which could work. I think it will work, providing I leave enough space. Yep, good. If this was full, then we would have a big problem. It is a ridiculously large trailer for this map, but it is doable. What I've got to make sure of is that there is always space to get it out again if we're going to put it in somewhere. Because before I put it into the cow field and then didn't realise that obviously there wasn't much of a space to turn the trailer around in again, so yeah, always plan first. Now, which way to the farm? We have to turn right out of here, then it's pretty much straight over, but we do have to turn left first. I must remember this. Traffic is switched on, it's going to be staying on as well. But luckily, there isn't too much, so most of the time we're free to go. Okay, so we're here. What we're going to do is just move this lorry out of the way. We're going to move it forwards. This lorry is going to be used in 1 to 2 episodes time. Very soon, it's going to be fully loaded. And this actually frees up space perfectly for this trailer. This is out of the way, it's not going to block the seed refill point or fertilizer refill point, which means that it's actually going to be a very good storage place. So now that's there, what we can do is try and find the seeder. Not in there. There's the fertilizer spreader. I know it's up here somewhere, but I'm not too sure where. Oh, actually, we've got loads of space up here. Maybe it could go up here then. There's the seeder. And we actually have sunflowers growing as well. That's nice to see. I don't think we own that field though. No, we don't. It's 13. Yeah, good. I was going to say, because if we owned that as well, we would have so much land. Going to have to work towards buying it. Okay, so this seed drill doesn't fertilise at the same time. So the fertiliser spreader will be heading down to the other farm very soon. But not in this episode, because we do need to at least let the seeds germinate first of all. Now, which one is seed? First one? Yes, I think so. One of the two. it's accepting it anyway, it's filling up with dressed seed. So I've gone with oilseed rape. Please of course let me know if I have chosen a bad crop for the area, but it's going to bring in some money, so it can't be that bad. I'm sure it would grow. So because we have such a large seeder, which I didn't even expect, it's probably going to take about 2 minutes to actually plant in this field. I was honestly expecting something like the Cumberland seeder, that really small thing, which was actually initially introduced to Farming Simulator in the Gold Edition version of FS15. But no, we're very lucky, we've got this massive seeder, which I didn't even buy. We really have landed on our feet with this farm. We're going to do well, I hope. We can't be too optimistic. But I'm really hoping that some of you are appreciating the realism. I'm trying to be realistic. Some of you just say it anyway that I'm not, but I think more so than any other map so far, I think my realism has been a bit better. But one thing which I do like is, instead of someone sort of complaining about unrealistic stuff, if you actually let me know what I've done wrong, then that'd be really good, because then obviously next time it won't happen again. I can at least work on it. I've lost I've lost the field. Is it up here? I think it's up here. Because before, when I went to the sheep pasture, I teleported. But yes, I think it is the gate to the left-hand side up here. It is. We have to go through what is hopefully going to be the bale storage point. This massive expanse of area. Expanse of land. Anyway, this seeder cost about £5,000 to fill up. It is going to last a very long time though. We will likely only use about 10% on this field. Now which side? Whoa, that is heavy. That just shows that we do need a bigger tractor. But then, do we really? Would this map be okay with a bigger tractor? We will see. Massey Fergusons we could have. It has been very highly requested. It wasn't that long ago since many people said, oh, stop using Massey Fergusons, but now I'm getting comments saying use Massey Ferguson again, so that's really good to see. But in it goes. We probably should use the ridge markers, since we're not using GPS today. Now, usually it sets up quite easily, but it might not today. The reason for this is because we've started on possibly, yeah, the wrong side. Need to lift it up. Maybe from now onwards it'll be okay. So I'm keeping the centre of the bonnet aligned with the line in front, which has now disappeared. Next time we will do. No, it's perfectly straight. That's not too bad. If I don't say so myself. So yes, this time, yes, it folds in. So that is working. Wow, that is so heavy. I think I need to slow down a bit. Perfect. The ridge markers are fully functioning again. But except for the turning, this tractor can pull it okay. It's only a few times when it feels a bit light. I suppose this could be avoided by using front weights. So far, just 5% used. So we are halfway through the field. We've used 5%, so technically we are going to finish off with 90% in the hopper, which means it would be exactly 10% of the seed used. I've lost my straightness here. We've lost the straight line. Oh well, we'll still get it done okay. I think we're going to be going back down again, then back up again, up the field, and then we'll be finished. And we'll have a nice field of oilseed rape, which will need to be fertilised. And that's going to be it for the ridge marker. Nothing else to mark. Just turn around slowly. Try not to jackknife it. And we'll finish off. Yeah, there's a nice curve at the top there. I could have done a neater job. The ridge markers did help. Anyway, I think this is a good stage to say, or to ask, what do you think of the map? We're 3 episodes in. If you've never played it before, hopefully this is giving you a fairly good idea of what it's like. You already know what I think of it. I think it's really good. But don't let that influence your decision. Please let me know down below what you actually do honestly think of Drumard Farm. Obviously we're right on the border here. This is the edge of the map. So that is actually going to conclude today's video. I think you know what we're going to be doing next time. We'll certainly be baling. We've got to buy a baler. There was a very good suggestion for a McHale. It's just, I don't think that comes with the wrapper built in, whereas the Kuhn one does. I'm not too sure though, because I haven't actually seen it. I tend to use stuff off ModHub more than anything else, mainly because it's tried and tested, and obviously modder approved. I don't like to use things which could have potentially been stolen from the original author. It is very hard to tell though. But yes, next time baling certainly, and possibly. Actually, no, we won't be wrapping. We won't be wrapping balers, so yeah, maybe we could just go with a McHale baler. And also, hopefully, we'll get that field over there fertilised as well. We do have to fertilise it 3 times, so we can't miss it any of the growth stages, otherwise we're going to miss out on 30% of the productivity, which is no good at all. So there we go, thanks again, and I'll see you again very soon in the next video. Bye for now.